This video is not hype and not fear-based content. It is a structural analysis of power, infrastructure, incentives, control, and dependency. We focus on real mechanisms, compute, data, platforms, and adoption. No speculation, only observable systems. AI isn't the future. It's the system already controlling it. Most people think artificial intelligence is the future, something that is coming, something that will change the world. Later, that is already wrong, because AI is not the future anymore. AI is already infrastructure. And infrastructure is where real power lives. If you want to understand power today, do not start with politics, do not start with elections, start with something deeper. Who controls intelligence? Who controls the systems that people rely on to think, decide, and act? Because in the modern world, power is no longer just about money. It is about control over decision-making systems, and AI is becoming that system. Section 1. The invisible shift at the beginning. AI looked like a tool, something optional, something useful, something interesting. People used it occasionally, to write, to search, to automate small tasks. But something changed. Scale, adoption exploded. Companies integrated it into workflows. Developers integrated it into products. Students integrated it into learning. And once something is integrated, it stops being optional. It becomes embedded. And embedded systems create dependence. That is the shift. From tool to infrastructure. A tool can be replaced. Infrastructure cannot. You can change an app. You cannot easily change the system everything runs on. Think about electricity. Think about the internet. Think about cloud computing. They are invisible, but everything depends on them. AI is moving into that category, because the more people rely on it, the harder it becomes to operate without it. And once dependence exists, control emerges. Not visible control, structural control. Now we go deeper. AI does not run on ideas, it runs on compute, massive computing power, data centers, specialized chips, energy consumption at enormous scale. This creates a barrier, because not everyone can build this. Only a few companies have the capital, the infrastructure, the access, which means control concentrates, not because of conspiracy, because of cost. Now add another layer. Data. AI systems improve with data. The more they are used, the more they learn. The more they learn, the better they become. This creates a feedback loop. More users, more data, better system, more users. And once that loop starts, it accelerates. This is how dominance forms. At scale, AI stops being a product. It becomes a platform. Other companies build on it. Startups depend on it. Tools integrate into it. And when a platform becomes the default, it becomes a gatekeeper. If you want access, you go through it. That is power. Now add alignment. Large tech companies are integrating AI into everything. Operating systems, office tools, cloud platforms, enterprise software. This is not experimentation. This is consolidation. Because when infrastructure connects, power compounds. AI is not isolated. It is merging with existing systems of control. Now we reach the most important point. AI is not just producing answers, it is shaping decisions. What people see, what people prioritize, what people believe is important. This is subtle, but powerful, because most people do not analyze everything. They rely on systems to filter reality, and whoever controls the filter influences outcomes. AI is marketed as productivity, and that is true. It makes people faster, more efficient, more capable, but productivity is just the entry point, because once a system becomes necessary for productivity, it becomes difficult to replace, and difficulty creates lock-in, and lock-in creates power. Now look at companies. Businesses are integrating AI deeply. Customer support, operations, decision-making, automation, entire departments are being reshaped, and once companies depend on a system, they cannot easily switch, because switching costs are high. That creates stability for the system, and stability creates dominance. Section 10. The geopolitical layer. Now zoom out. This is not just business, this is geopolitical. Countries are competing for AI leadership, because AI affects economics, military capability, cybersecurity, information control. This makes AI strategic, not optional. Now connect everything. Compute is expensive. Data scales with usage. Platforms create ecosystems. Enterprises create dependence. Governments create pressure. All of this leads to one outcome: concentration. A small number of players control a large part of the system. And concentration creates leverage. Now we define the structure. Layer 1, compute, infrastructure. Layer 2, models, intelligence. Layer 3, platforms, access. Layer 4, integration, dependence. Layer 5, decision-making, influence. When all layers connect, you don't just have a product, you have a system. And systems are where power accumulates. This has happened before: the internet, cloud computing, mobile platforms. Each time a tool appears, it scales, it becomes infrastructure, dependence forms, power concentrates. Now it is happening again, with AI. AI is not just technology, it is not just innovation, it is a system that sits underneath everything, and whoever controls that system controls leverage. So the next time you use AI, do not just ask, what can this do? Ask, what am I becoming dependent on? Because dependence is how power is built, and once you see that, you understand something most people don't. Power is not loud, power is structural, and structure is how power works.